Hey, if you're listening to XM Sirius, it's going to be like a 5-hour Glenn Beck marathon.
Nice.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Republican, Republican, Republican. I can. I know I can't be what I wanna be. I know I can't be what I wanna be. Republican, they can't be what I wanna be. That's enough for me. Woo. We can change it to something, make it greater, make America great again. You already heard the new slogan. What? When the Whigs had enough, they turned it into the Republicans, and they said, abolish this. Yeah. Abolish this. We already know the Democrats ain't shh. Hold up, that's a donkey there. Don't wanna embarrass her. Yeah, Lady Liberty. Someone change the monument of the Democrats. What is this? You could take them all down, the Confederates. That's treason. I heard the Union was preserved by Abraham Lincoln. That's a Republican. All the first black politicians heard they was Republicans. All the senators and congressmen. But the first black politician to be a Democrat president. That's an asterisk. Hold up, did they really win? Heard they was cheating ever since the Tammany Hall in New York, before the Twin Towers was up, and then they fall like autumn. You already knew the next line was coming. Rumsfeld, somebody got 'em. All of those billions and trillions and millions and disappearing into which system? Cause they not funding no systems. Continuing resolutions. What is this government spending? Quantitative easing, Federal Reserving. I don't think so. Jekyll and Hyde. All the dollars from you and I. Tell the gold reserves to come back. We need somebody to Midas touch it. Bring it back up a couple notches. To the Federal Reserve, that's enough. We don't want your digital dollars. We got our digital dollars. Everybody got their own dollars. Everything worth everything. If you need to trade it in between you and me, little bit of a stream of conscious for you before they turn it off. Yeah, what they gonna do next? Republicans defund the GOP. We need a new party, a grand new party, a GNP with GDP. Watch them balance the budget for you and me, instead of calling the credit card company and being like, raise the balance. I just spent some more. The debt ceiling is through the floor.
We have the Bond music. Where's the Bond music? I think I need a little bit of I need a little 007, License to Grill. Actually, that's 006, License to Grill. Grab my apron and my spatula. I'm ready to get out of my DB5 and start to grill a great steak. Yes, I know. Bond is just an animal, making love to women and then throwing a big piece of meat onto his grill. That's right, he's a man. And he's got a... Thank you very much. He's got a man's grill. That grill is a Rectech. That's right. That's what happens when you have a grill that men design. It just does everything for you while you're making sweet love. It's Rectech.
What you're about to hear is the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
Hello, America. It's Friday. Oh my gosh, Friday means we screw off, usually. It's like we checked out yesterday, and I think that's kind of the deal, because I've got some really bad stuff percolating in me, and I don't mean like I'm a petri dish of COVID. I mean, I'm figuring things out on what's happening with the economy, and it's not good. It's really not good. I want to put you on high alert today. I know it's Friday, and then we're going to screw off, and Bill O'Reilly is coming in, but there's a couple of people that are now in charge of different things in the federal government that will answer to, well, somebody, but certainly not you, that you need to know, and we'll explain in 60 seconds.
Hey there, happy October. It's already October. I'm Hillary, this is your 4-Minute Buzz, and today we're taking a look at the latest episode of the Glenn Beck podcast. And this week's guest is someone Glenn's wanted to speak to for a long time. General Michael Flynn was President Trump's first national security advisor, and it didn't take long for Trump's adversaries to target him. General Flynn was a key figure in the FBI's infamous Crossfire Hurricane investigation and the Russiagate scandal, and he's since been branded a liar. But in this clip, he tells his side of the story.
One of the senior agents, FBI agents, by the name of Barnett, and you can go pull this up unless they've taken it all down, October of 2020. So the name Barnett, who's an FBI agent, very senior guy, and he was one of the lead agents for Crossfire Hurricane. Crossfire Hurricane was the investigation with this whole Russiagate, right? So Agent Barnett in October of 2020, just at a year ago now, October 2020, after the Mueller investigation's over with, my case had been dismissed by the Department of Justice after a special counsel investigated the investigator, so to speak, and found egregious government misconduct. The Department of Justice says case dismissed. In October, that was in May of 2020. In October of 2020, so fast forward about whatever that is, 4 or 5 months, Barnett gives essentially a deposition, an affidavit, a 302, and it's about 9 pages. In that 302, which is really, really stunning, he basically says the entire effort, the entire Crossfire Hurricane effort was get Flynn to get Trump. And that's the senior and one of the lead agents, Barnett is his name, for Crossfire Hurricane. So for all of this, they just love to bring in the disgraced former national security advisor, lied to the FBI, and then had to get a pardon by Trump. They leave out all the stuff in the middle. You know, the lying to the FBI, I didn't lie to the FBI. The FBI changed the 302.
What is it? What's a 302?
Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, 302 is a document. So if you get interviewed by the FBI, they write it down in something called a 302, which is a document that the FBI uses to capture the essence of a conversation that they have with anybody.
Got it.
So anybody that the FBI talks to, they're supposed to write a 302. It's kind of like an affidavit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a legal binding document, and so they don't have to record their conversation. So they took notes, and we now have the majority of those notes from that meeting. And they said during that meeting, they then changed the outcome of the 302. Normally a 302 is supposed to be done within 5 days. They were still messing around with mine, I think it was 4 or 5 months later, where Andy McCabe, before he was fired by Trump, was still mucking around with it. So we now know that they changed the 302. They changed the tone of the conversation that I had with those FBI agents. They admitted that I didn't lie to them. I at the time I had, when I'm in my last days or my last day with Trump, and I think Trump felt very uncomfortable, and he and I have had many conversations since then, since my pardon, because I didn't talk to Trump. I hadn't talked to Trump once from the night I left the White House until the day that he called me up and said, "Hey, I got to give you a pardon here," and it's called a pardon of innocence, Glenn. It's really not something that's normally given because I wasn't guilty of anything. I was never convicted of anything.
Right.
General Flynn's story is so compelling. This full episode is available now for Blaze TV subscribers. It will release wherever you listen to podcasts tomorrow. I'm Hillary, that's your 4-Minute Buzz. Here's Glenn and Stu to start the show.
Oh, thank you very much, Hillary.
Hey there, happy Friday. I'm Hillary, this is your 4-Minute Buzz, and this morning we're reviewing the latest episode of the Glenn Beck podcast. As we've reviewed, this week's guest, General Michael Flynn, has been hounded by lots of powerful players. Much of this stems from claims that he reached out to Russia right before President Trump got into office and reassured them that things would soon change. While General Flynn holds that he did nothing wrong, news broke recently that another general, Mark Milley, did even worse with China. But the media is praising him. So in this clip, Flynn gives his thoughts on Milley.
Let me talk about General Milley for a second. He made a phone call to China and said, hey, listen, we're not going to attack. If something like that would come up, I'll call you in advance. That's not the kind of conversation that the Logan Act came gunning for you on. Where does that fall to you as a general for Milley to make that phone call to talk about an attack while the president was, it's not a transition, the president was seated at the time, he was working for that president.
Duly elected president. He's a duly elected president of the United States of America. Mark Milley is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and staff is a key word, and I'll say why here in a second. By law, is the senior military advisor to the President of the United States of America, and the beauty of our Constitution has placed the military as a subordinate to the political class of our country, to the president, right? That's why one of the hats that the president wears is the commander-in-chief.
Correct.
So for Milley to have done what he did, he was usurping the authority, he was breaking the law, he was in violation of the law, really, but he was usurping the authority of the duly elected president of the United States at the time, Donald J. Trump, and he was basically, indicating, giving our enemy, the military. We don't look at China as a competitor like the Commerce Department would, or as a colleague as the State Department would. We're the military. Our business is to fight and win our nation's wars, and not to pussyfoot around. So for Milley to have called up his counterpart and say, hey, don't worry, if we attack, I'm going to call you, and for Trump to find out about this after the fact, because obviously he's finding out about this conversation that Milley had just recently, because of this book that's out. I mean, Milley should resign the fact that came out. He should throw his stars down and say, not throw his stars down. He should humbly hand them into somebody. We cannot. Again, back to the American people. The American people, Mark. That's Milley's first name. The American people, Mark, do not have faith and confidence in you any longer because of what we just discovered. And you have not come out and denied it. He has not come out and denied it. And I know Mark Milley. I've known him for a long time. I know Lloyd Austin. I actually know Lloyd Austin better than I know Mark Milley. And I know these guys. This is not good for the Constitution of the United States of America, which is what I adhere to. It's not good for the presidency. It's not good for the military, and it's not good for the people of this country, because the people of this country, when they start to lose faith in our uniform, those that wear the cloth of the military, and our uniformed service members at the senior level, when they lose faith, they no longer send their sons and daughters to serve our country. That's dangerous.
This is a passionate conversation. The full podcast, it's available now at blazetv.com, and it comes out tomorrow on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Hillary, that's your 4-Minute Buzz.